What's up, family? Let me get my share game. I'm here. I'm waiting on City Council to pop in. Hmm. Waiting on City Council. Let me share this thing out. What's up, Granny G in the building? I'm waiting on the Flint City Council to start. I thought it said 4:30. They ain't got nothing going on unless they trying to make a person have to come down there. Let me send this thing out. Family, work with your brother. Hold up, family. I know I'm on this other side. What's up, Marcy A. Tarver? She might do. She might do. I wouldn't put it past her. I wouldn't put it past her. Family, hit that like button on your way in. I wouldn't put it past the bean if she playing it like that. hmm I wouldn't put it past her though. She wanted to start late. That's rough. I got a couple more places to share this to, and we finna have action. I'm steady checking. And y'all, we trying to hit that 10K subscribers, family. Help us get there. Let me get over here. But while we waiting, since the mayor want to keep playing, I got a little trick for him too. Since he want to keep playing, shit, we can both play this. While we waiting on council to kick in, we're gonna do a little rendition again. Shout out to Councilwoman Tanya Burns from the 6th Ward is running for mayor.
The city built on strength, resilience, and people who never give up. Now, it's time for leadership that never gives up on Flint. As your 6th Ward Councilwoman, Tanya Burns has been a strong voice for residents across Flint. She has consistently advocated for safer neighborhoods, greater government accountability, and stronger community engagement. She has spoken out against gun violence and called for action to protect Flint families and children.
I believe Flint deserves leadership that listens, leadership that shows up, and leadership that puts people first. Together, we can make our neighborhoods safer, support our local businesses, and clean up our communities and create opportunities for every family.
Tanya Burns is running for mayor because she believes Flint's best days are ahead. A leader focused on transparency, public safety, neighborhood revitalization, and restoring trust between City Hall and the people it serves.
I'm Tanya Burns, and I'm asking for your vote for mayor for Flint. Together, we can build a safer, stronger, and united Flint.
Tanya Burns for mayor. Leadership, accountability, results. Flint is
Trying to make some noise in this thing. Here we go, family. I'm waiting on council to start. I don't know what type of game Davina playing. Don't make no sense. I bet you if we get a new mayor, it'll be ran a lot different. That's all I can say. It'll be ran a lot different. This right here is just downright scandalous. Keeping the people waiting like this. That mayor ought to be ashamed of himself. I'm ashamed for him right now. I don't know.
WTPN reporter Josh Bogus went in to pay a police release fee for a vehicle, part of his regular work as a repossession agent. While waiting, Josh asked officers and others in the lobby where he could file a report concerning allegedly fraudulent affidavits. Nobody was yelling. Nobody was threatening anyone. Josh remained seated in a chair the entire time. Then, an officer came out from the back and accused people in the lobby of causing a disturbance, threatening to throw them out. The officer then turned his attention to another citizen who was also waiting in the room. Watch the interaction and decide for yourself who was actually causing the disturbance.
All I did was call a tow company and ask if there's anything I could do to conduct my business.
They're not law enforcement, so yelling at them and raising.
Nobody yelled at them. Nobody yelled. The only person.
She felt like she got yelled at.
I didn't say one.
You didn't say anything. Stop cursing at me. Chill out. That's all you had to say, ma'am. I wasn't involved. That's all you had to say. You don't have to come talk to me that way.
So you're gonna kick people out?
Why? What you guys have to understand.
Man, you're not safe in the sheriff's department.
And all you had to say was, I'm not involved.
I didn't. I apologize to you. I'm not yelling. You are.
I've sat here in the chair the whole time. I got told that I'm yelling at people. I've done nothing.
Look at Haley Stevens. They saying she stepped out of Soul Fest in Detroit. I don't know what Davina might don't want to show it tonight. She might show it tomorrow. They have video set up? Well, hell yeah, they have it set up because any other time they do it. Yeah, I finished mine. I knocked it out. I'm just waiting. I'm trying to see. I've been checking everybody's. I was even looking at other people's pages. Davina knows there's some scoundrelous things right here. What they doing? Mm, mm. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Mm-mm. I'm not here, family. I don't, there's nothing kicking in. This is not a good sound. How you doing, the lovely Beverly Biggs Levy? How you doing? It said we the people. He live down there. Let me go see if he don't mind. 22, what it do? Let me go up on we the people. Let me see right here. It said we the people. I'm on their stuff. I don't see no live yet. Yeah, he ain't live yet. Yeah, I'm on his live. I don't see none. Shirley, if you can send it to me in my messenger, I just went on his page. I'm on his page right now. Hmm. Yeah, Shirley. Unless he got a different channel, I'm on this Facebook channel. No, they got the ability to do it, but I doubt they let us. Y'all hit that like button too, fam. I'm surprised. I thought Art was down there, but I'm on We the People stuff. I don't see nothing pertaining to city council. Yeah, I was trying. Like I said, I've been on Art page. I don't see Art live. Yeah, family. Yeah, Davina slow rolling us today, ain't she? She like she ain't let said let's not make let's make not violating the Flint City Charter and Open Meetings Act normal again. Shit, they don't give a fuck about breaking that. All they do is lie. He done told them you can say anything, just say this, and they just go along with it. Davina. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Davina, you got to do better. Davina. Oh, here you go. We got action. God dang it. Got action. Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
We ain't got to deal with that. If he don't, he gonna have to deal with it like the chief of police at Dearborn, with his diaper snipping brother got, and they fired the chief of police. Anyway, uh, to the public of Flint, Michigan, we the people is here at the, just like as I speak, the king of Jerusalem was in Donald Trump living room right now, talking peace treaty, and in the words of Darrell Maloney, talking about stays will pay. He's talking about Mays set this stuff up when Mays was just, we was right in this spot right here. And this come to the spot like General Custer fighting the United States, the Indians fighting the United States Army. But you see what happened to General Custer. So if they want to start something like Daryl Baroni said, and bless his soul, he gone to glory now. He said, those of us who stay about this water situation will pay. He wanted all of us to move out of Flint where General Motors can start laughing and take over the rest of the land in Flint, Michigan. But we the people is here to take it to the bridge, like Brooklyn, New York, like the King of Jerusalem doing right now in Donald Trump playground, like BB King's having a, like that Davis guy, Tyrone Davis. I went to a party last night. I think I'm still there. I don't remember how I got home, but some like my significant of, I mean, my fiance, I remember hearing that. She said, let me take my fiance home, and then we can go party with the Oprah women. It's about 1,000 of them, a woman of color. I didn't know we was laying like that. They said they might take my fiance home with them, and I'm not going for it. Her name is Brick House. She called. But anyway, I'm here to let the people know in Washington, D.C., after Trump we is under the dome of the rock too, in Flint, behind the city hall while they vote, the unjust voting people trying to get away, like Second Ward council lady over there talking about hiring another police chief, and the fireman Wiggins with the ambulance program getting all the money with them, like Christian. He ain't scared to use it like there's Christian fellas, and they got the FBI in it. Oh, I see the chief coming in and out. The police chief Green ain't coming. He put his cronies up to. I mean, the man with the silver beard in here. You know who that? One of them bike kings. Talking about it's not a king, boy. It's not a president. What President Trump want to be a king? But the king is going to kick ass if you mess up the Jerusalem. Anyway, Mitchell approves this. Mitchell, R.L. Mitchell.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next public speaker. It's Audrey Young Muhammad.
Good evening, Audrey Young from the Second Ward. A couple of things I would like to ask about, and I talked about it on Wednesday, the tree removal program. That program is for residents and they're on their properties. What about the trees that's on the city-owned property? Because the trees I was talking about, they're half dead, and they're on the city-owned property. The dead limbs is hanging over on the private property. And that was where some of the problem was at with the utility lines that was about to burn up. And we was worried about the people houses. So we understand that other program that happened, but this is a city program. I mean, something with the city property. It's not the private house owner's property. Sidewalks, again, I have to keep talking about the sidewalks. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Nearly fail because the sidewalks aren't there. There's grass, whatever reason the sidewalks is broke up. People are tripping over the sidewalks and they're in front of their houses. They came and fixed part of it and didn't fix all of it. So that's been a problem that many of the residents are speaking about over in the second ward. Just talked to a lady, I'm talking about the homeless and the homeless shelters. Two issues. One lady, husband died, she's working, but she's about to be homeless with her 5 children. She could get in the shelter herself, but she works later than the hours that the shelter will allow her to come in. No waiver. She's been offered if she was a part of domestic violence and had an active domestic violence case, then they could help her with housing. She's falling and finding herself bumping her head, trying to find a place that's going to be safe for her and her children to be able to live. This is not fair, but I'm going to say this, and I know it's a lot of things that we can and we can't do as a council. However, if any of the shelters are receiving funding, I'm asking that some stipulations or something to help with people, mothers that are working jobs that they don't get off till 11 o'clock, so they're not permitted to come in, even if they are about to be unhoused. They can't come and stay in a shelter. That's not fair. That's not fair for them. You know what I'm saying? It's just not fair, especially if those shelters are getting government dollars to try to help them out. Why are they not helping more with our women? Those are the women who are the most vulnerable. You know, now she may be put in a position where she had to sleep in her car with her children. We can't allow that to happen. We got to find a way to make sure that we're taking care of that. And also some of these houses that are abandoned, I've seen a couple of them burnt up, but still got homeless people living in them. This is not fair. We're going to have another incident like what we had before where the homeless people end up getting burnt up. Thank God it's the summer because they ain't got to light no fires to keep warm. But the problem is going to be coming. It's just around the corner. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next public speaker. Rich Jones.
How y'all doing today? I just want to piggyback off of what she just said. We got a lot of people in our city that need help that ain't receiving help. And through every rule, there is an exception. And there should be some kind of exception for women in that lady situation. And also, when the weather, before we get back to winter, we should have something in place to where under certain weather temperatures, that they should allow people to just come in off the street. They shouldn't have to say it's after 8 o'clock, you got to freeze to death. So I really feel that while y'all on top of it in the summertime, y'all can start being proactive to try to prevent some of the tragedies that we had last year happen again this winter. And that's all I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next public speaker. That was the last public speaker. We will now move to council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers only after all public speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Are there any of the council persons that would like to speak? Councilwoman in the second ward.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Chair. So I just want to highlight my discussion at the end of the meeting. I want to talk about how the second ward does not have an NSO. I know a lot of second ward residents reached out to me, and they've been complaining about blight. We have commercial buildings that's participating in blight. We have private owners participating in blight, and the grass is really high. And unfortunately, we have not had second ward NSO representation since last year. Every ward has an NSO besides the second ward. So hopefully we can have a discussion today to find out where we are in the process, what they are doing to ensure that we have an NSO, because again, we can't afford to have the second ward share an NSO with anyone. We are a ward with a whole lot of, especially the new ward, a whole lot of blighted parcels and blighted buildings. and also negligent homeowners. So we need to make sure that we have proper enforcement in our area, because we don't want our area to be even more overcome with rodents. So I'm looking forward to having that conversation. And I just want to invite the residents to come on down to the Capitol this weekend. They're having the Jazz Festival. There's a lot of great things going on in Flint, so come on out and participate. It will be at the Jazz Festival will be downtown at the Capitol. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other council persons would like to have comment? Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
Yes, in regards to the trees and the sidewalks, city is cutting those down and replacing sidewalks. So if you know of an address where the sidewalk is lifted 2 inches or more, contact your council person to have it put on the list, or contact the transportation. So, or any of us, we can get it all on the list. And that's what I've been doing as I walk around the area. And so that is all I can have for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other council persons would like to have response? We will then bring council response to a close. Now take a motion on the consent agenda.
Mr. Chair.
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
Make a motion to send the consent agenda to council.
There's a motion to send the consent agenda to council. Is there support?
Support.
Motion by the councilwoman in the 4th Ward, supported by the councilwoman in the 3rd Ward. Are there any separations?
Mr. Chair.
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
260243.
260243.
Yes, sir.
Is that
That's all I
the
have.
only of yours?
Yep.
Are there any other separations? Councilwoman in the 6th Ward. Total separation. We have total separation. All right. We will then move on to Resolution 260243, approve L&C EMS Consulting LLC, ambulance consultant, Flint Fire Department. Is there a motion for this resolution? Councilwoman in the 4th Ward. Motion to send the resolution to council. Is there support? Support. Have support by the councilwoman in the 3rd Ward. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
Through you to the chief. Well, the only thing is that it's not picked up by YouTube without your answers. So, but Chief, could you explain what this is for and why we are just now doing this, and how long they're supposed to stay, and what exactly they're doing for us?
Absolutely. This is the consultant that we wish to hire for the EMS portion of the fire department. We all know that we run an ambulance service now 24/7. We have 2 ambulances. Now we getting ready to put on a 3rd ambulance 24/7. We are subject to the Genesee County Medical Control Authority. We're subject to the state health authority as it relates to ambulance. And now we will, in October, be subject to CAS accreditation. CAS accreditation is the Commission on Accredited Ambulance Services. That's what it is, the Commission on Accredited Ambulance Services. This is the gold standard for ambulance services throughout the United States. And it was given to us, it was voted by the Genesee County Medical Control Authority that this county has to be accredited. So if we're not accredited by October, we won't have an ambulance service. Therefore, we have to have an ambulance consultant. And we picked this person. Matter of fact, he's the only one that, there was 3 that were on, but they were astronomically high. One of the vendors was $1.2 million. The other one was 900,000, and his was 109,000. We picked him because he's already affiliated with the fire department. He does all of our training for our EMS division. He does all of the Q&A, quality assurance on our ambulance reports as well. And we picked him because he's already doing the job, and he had a good track record with us. Now, what he's doing now, if I can continue, what he's doing now, he has lifted our success rate in training young men and women to the fire department between 90 and 100% success rate. That's why we picked him, and that's the guy that we are giving to you today for $109,000. And that $109,000 include a doctor. Under CAS accreditation, we have to have a medical doctor who comes in and gives us oversight of what we're doing for our community. That's the law. That's all I have.
Thank you. Okay, we've got a minute 27. So you said that we have to be certified in this county. Are all the ambulance certified in the county, or are we the only one that isn't and needs to be?
Anybody that does business, ambulance business in the Genesee County has to be CAS accredited by October the 1st. We've been working on our accreditation, which is really painstaking for the last year. And we've got our application in, and we're waiting for the results to be accredited.
I know how that is because I did the data for Hurley's, one of their accreditations.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
very much. I yield.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round? Councilwoman Anderson.
Thank you. Good evening, Chief.
Yes, ma'am.
So the Genesee 911 Consortium is required that we have the CAS certification. One of the questions that I have, because ambulance service has been slow to getting to people. Example, we had a lady on the corner of DuPont and Flushing Road. She was there for an hour and 24 minutes. And they're stating that when she was finally there, and I went there, her ambulance didn't pick her up until like 7:24. And they're saying she was in critical and we didn't have an ambulance. Are we stretching our fire department with having them also run fires and then the ambulance service?
That's a great question. Ambulance services, first of all, is dispatched by the Genesee County 911. It is the closest and the most available ambulance. So you may get an ambulance from 3 or 4 different companies that has the right to come in, but it's dispatched by the Genesee County 911. And I may add, there are certain times in the day that there is no ambulances available nowhere. We call it a crisis, and that crisis is determined by 911. So if our ambulances are with other patients and the other ones are not available, then there is a wait time. But I tell you what, it's better than not coming at all before we got our own ambulance.
That lady died, Chief. If I could have through you.
And many
Mr.
more have
Chair,
died.
hold on, Chief, I have the flock. I need a referral. Through you, Mr. Chair, to the city clerk and the city attorney, I would like to see the MOU and to share with my colleagues that we have for our ambulance service as they're dispatched, so that we'll know if it comes in a priority or is it, how is it dispatched? Because prior, when Stat EMT was here, who ended up getting indicted, we didn't have ambulance service before you were here for over 24 hours at times, and I have the emails. And so when people are calling, I'm not just stating Flushing and DuPont, this happened over 2 hours on Pearson Road. It happened on 2 hours on Evergreen Parkway where the neighbors end up picking up. So picking the person up, a senior who had fallen. And so I'm looking at these hours and the data, which I will be requesting that because we need to know. Our firefighters who made a post for the local stated that 3 out of the 5 Brown states, 3 were working and the other 2, they didn't have enough and that they're stretched and that the pay that I know retention has been a problem because of the pay. Are you in contract negotiations now?
Yes, we are.
Okay, how are you? Are they moving along good or?
The human resource would have to do that.
Okay.
Give you that information, not me. I just sit on the negotiation panel.
When did their contract expire?
I believe it expired in June.
Okay, so that's something that's important because watching residents, this lady laid on that hot cement and then it rained. She was 2 blocks away from Hurley Hospital. She was less than a mile away from McLaren. And that is something that is just unacceptable on every day. And so when we talk about the CAS training, has this person that, or this group, or the person that you're choosing, have they performed this before? Do they have a history of other companies or businesses or municipalities that they can refer to that it worked, that they actually helped to make sure they were getting their accreditation? They have a track record.
We started this a year, and we
Not
did,
the ambulance
excuse
or
me,
the
we
CAS.
did,
No, I'm not talking, I'm talking about this, the certification with the company that you want us to approve the
this is
109,000.
not a certification. This is accreditation
Well,
that's only
accreditation,
given
certification.
by this company, CAS accreditation, and it is required by Genesee County. We've been working
I
on it for a
understand that,
year.
Chief.
And you say his qualifications?
No,
He
I'm
has
asking,
all
do they?
state qualifications.
Okay, I'm asking, have they did this work for any other municipality?
Not that I know of.
So this is their first time.
Not that I know of.
Okay, because certification, and they may be certified, so I'm asking, have they done this before? What's their experience? What is their track record? Because if we're looking at $1 million were some of your estimates, and there were 3, they were the least expensive, down to 109. That's a $900,000 difference.
The first company was in Dallas,
I don't
Texas.
need you to tell me.
The second company was in Minnesota, and they just threw out a number. A lot of times, in my experience, they throw out a number because they didn't want it anyway. But those are the companies. This person is qualified. He is certified by the state of Michigan. As I said, he does all of our EMS training for the last 3 years. He has a 90 to 100% success rate.
That's
Thank-
fine,
thank
so
you.
I apologize. I'll come back my second round.
Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? We will then move to the second round. Discussion in the second round.
Mr. Chair. Thank you. So Chief, we can pick up, so they have not did this before. This will be a first time.
I can't answer that question.
Okay, but that's important for our community because we want to make sure that we have a company.
It is
that
our
as,
community to be, it's,
Chief, you're talking over me, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. And I'll give you the time back. It's like we did at the end. So making sure that our community, that we have ambulatory services available is important, and also a certification. And just so you know, I've been to the 911 center. I've been there because I was concerned. I hope that wasn't a whoop-de-doo. You did that. Oh, okay.
I'm looking
Yeah.
for something.
Okay, so I've been there, and I do know that Flint has its own 911 center for police and for fire. I've been there several times, but I do know that those calls go in, and when we don't, why they go into the loop is because we don't have anyone available. But back to our fire stations, I'm really concerned with seeing the post that our firefighters they're stretched. You know, three of the stations were open, 2 were browned out. Would that be correct?
I don't know what are you talking about, browned out?
We didn't
in
have
and out?
anybody there to dispatch. They were
We
closed.
start out with 25 people on each shift. Each shift is 25 people. 20, yes, I am. It's 25 people on the shift. When we deal with vacations, when we deal with sick, when we deal with call-offs and injuries, family medical leave, then we have a rostrum. We call in overtime. If overtime is not accepted, then we have to do what we do to mix the stations around in
Okay,
order
thank you,
to
Chief. Well,
deal
I'm gonna
with
tell
the
you, this is
community.
where I'm getting it from. It says Flint Firefighters Local 352 remains committed to protecting the residents of Flint every day. Today, due to ongoing staffing shortages and retention challenges, only 3 of the five fire stations are in service. They're closed. They were closed. This stretches our already limited manpower even thinner and can increase response times throughout the city. Our firefighters will continue to answer every call with professionalism, dedication, but the reality is the wages lower than comparable departments have made it difficult to recruit and retain officers. We share this to create alarm, but to keep our community informed. Flint deserves a fully staffed fire department, and we will continue advocating for the resources needed to provide the level of service to our residents that they deserve. So as the chief, you had 2 stations closed who weren't in service. And so this is clearly alarming because they took to social media. And as a elected person, all of us, I'm concerned about that. I'm also concerned that this business did not have, we're going from 900,000, 1 million down to 100,000. I'm concerned about, is this who we want to train? Because we've got some issues. So I'll leave what's left. We don't have a clock. The floor is yours. You can
Are
have
you
it.
asking me?
Yeah, if
I
you'd
can
like
talk.
to comment.
Well, first of all, every day we have one station closed. It's been closed for really browned out for about 3 years. We operate mainly with 4 fire stations. At a minimum, we operate with 3 fire stations, and they are situated in the city of Flint where we have them able to respond. Our response time in our fire stations and fire trucks is still roughly the same. And if you're relating to ambulance, our ambulance run the whole city of Flint. We don't shut down ambulances. If the manpower is such, we have the county, all the ambulances go sometimes, but it's all dealing with the staffing of the ambulance. That particular day that we shut down a station, we had everyone here ready to man every station, and then the employees called in or called off, being hot summer, and we could not get the overtime people to come in to work time and a half. And so we cut down, but we still delivered the services to the community.
Thank you, Chief. Any other discussion in the second round? Any other discussion in the second round? Hearing no other discussion or seeing movement, Madam Clerk, roll call to send this resolution to council.
I abstain because this company has not provided a track.
Okay, so, Madam Clerk, can you help to point us to the figure that has changed? So during the period of July 1, 2027 through June 30, 2033, the city of Flint is authorized to levy taxes at the rate of 59 and 56 hundredths, or 0.5956 cents per $1,000. Okay. All right. Any discussion in the first round?
Mr. Chair,
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
who would be able to speak to this? Hi,
Mr.
Mr.
Moore.
Moore.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think our voice echo. Hi, Mr. Moore. Can you tell us what this is, just for the record, please?
This is a millage that's for, will be 100% of the money that we collect from this will be sent to the MTA to provide transportation services within the city of Flint.
And so can you get into some detail? It's a decrease because the people who are, they don't have what you have. So we're decreasing it by how much?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
didn't understand the question. It's being decreased by the rate of inflation, where our millage collected more than the rate of inflation. It's been rolled back. That's happened twice in the city of Flint's history. So we'll be going from 60 cents per thousand down to 59.56 per thousand. So that slight decrease will make sure that we don't collect more than the rate of inflation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion in the first round? Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
Through you to Mr. Moore, this is as a result of the Headley Act?
Yes.
So it's a Headley reduction, excuse me. All right, I make a motion to amend the 260255 that's in our agenda to the rate of 0.5956 as per the handout that we received from the clerk. I already did. You want to support it?
Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the, okay, supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward. Is there additional discussion? No discussion? Oh, we got the vote on you.
So this is the roll call on the amendment. Dr. Lewis? Yes. Ms. Johnson? Yes. Ms. Priestley? Yes. Ms. Ricky Carter is absent. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Mr. Shedd is absent. Mr. Piper is absent. Mr. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin? Vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. It's been amended to 0.1260.255.1. Now,
Mr. Chair,
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
I make a motion to send 260255.1 to council.
Motion to send 260255.1 to council. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward. Okay. Is there any discussion on the amended motion? Any discussion in the first round on the amendment, on the amended motion? Any discussion in the second round on the amended motion? Seeing no movement in that way, Madam Clerk, roll call vote to send 260255.1 to council.
Yes.
Yes. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. Resolution 260255.1 has been moved to council. We'll now go to 260256, City Charter Amendment, Millage Renewal, Police and Fire Protection, Ballot Question, General Election, Tuesday, November 3rd, 2026. And this is one where we also had an amendment. So, so this resolution too has a decrease from $6 per thousand down to $5.95, $5.9568 per thousand in a taxable value. Okay, is there a motion? Councilwoman in the fourth ward. There's a motion to send the resolution to council. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the first ward. Is there any discussion? Councilwoman in the fourth ward.
Make a motion to amend the millage rate to 5.9568 per our handout provided by the clerk.
There's a motion to amend the resolution to accept or to change the meals to 5.9568. Is there support? It is also supported by the councilman in the first ward, excuse me. Madam Clerk, roll call to accept the amendment.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. The point one has been adopted. Is there a motion on 260256.1? Councilwoman in the fourth ward. Motion to send the resolution to council. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the first ward. Any discussion in the first round? Discussion in the first round. Seeing no movement. Discussion in the second round. Seeing no movement on discussion in the second round. Madam Clerk, roll call vote to send 260256.1 to council.
Yes.
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 The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. 2602561 is going to council. The Next resolution, 260257, City Charter Amendment, Millage Renewal, Citywide Parks, Forestry, and Recreation Program. Ballot question, general election Tuesday, November 3rd, 2026. Is there a motion? Councilwoman in the fourth ward. There's a motion to move this resolution to council. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the first ward. This also, I apologize, Madam Clerk, this has amendment.
Information about what these millage dollars will be used for. That was handed out to you earlier.
So with this resolution, we are authorized to levy taxes at a rate of 0.4963 cents per $1,000, which is a reduction from 0.50 per $1,000.
That's correct.
Thank you. Any
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Like a motion to amend 260257 to the millage rate after the Headley rollback to 0.4963 per our handout in the revised resolution.
There's a motion to accept the change. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the first ward. Madam Clerk, roll call. Yes.
Mr. Almy? Dr. Lewis? Yes. Ms. Johnson? Yes. Ms. Priestley? Yes. Ms. Burns? Yes. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. We are now at 260257.1. Is there any discussion? Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a motion? I'm sorry. Councilwoman in the fourth ward. There's a motion to move this to council. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the first ward. Is there discussion? Councilwoman in the second ward.
I see that it says through this millage, the board of operations, planning, harboring this moment. And so I thought the county was responsible. So how do you currently, yeah, I thought the county was responsible for that.
What was your question again, please?
So the thing that you said that you can do here, I thought that the county was responsible for that.
It's going to stay that way, yes.
Hmm.
It's going to stay that way. What we're going to do is, depending on the situation, it'll be contracted out. The mowing will still be done by the county.
Okay.
For the parks.
Okay.
Based on the millage renewal, so that won't change.
Okay. And also when it says safety upgrades, are you also referring to, like, say, sidewalks and things of that nature?
All of that's going to be addressed, yes.
Okay. So is the millage currently, are the funds expended? Like right now?
For
Yeah.
the past 10 years?
Yeah, I'm talking about, I guess, for this year, because you all receive money yearly, right?
They do, and they tend to spend very close to their budget. There's not a very large fund balance in the parks budget.
Okay. So yeah, I was asking because I know that we've been trying to get several safety upgrades around Iroquois Park for several years. And so I didn't think that we had money to do so. So this shows that we do have money to make those safety upgrades. So I was just wondering, who was responsible and did we have funds currently? And is that why, if the funds have been expended, is that why those safety upgrades have not been made up until this point when it says that you are responsible for making these safety upgrades?
We actually transfer some funds from the general fund to the park fund every year. So
Okay, so I guess what's one of my concerns, I just want to make sure that these dollars, I mean, again, I'm not against the renewal of this millage, but I just want to make sure these dollars are hitting the target. And we have several targets in the second ward that's not being hit.
With the current millage moving forward, the city of Flint's, our main goal with the parks is to take management control over 76 parks. With that being said, any of those types of situations that you just mentioned, if they come to our department, we will definitely address them moving forward.
Okay, well, I want to make sure that I reach out because we have the park adopters at Iroquois Park. They've been trying to maintain ADA accessible sidewalks. The sidewalk is like 3 to 4 inches slanted. And so we witnessed people trying to push people on wheelchairs and they couldn't do it. And so it's been like that for years. And she's been reaching out for years because she's been copying me on the emails. So I just want to make sure that since we are allocating I guess renewing millages to make this happen, that we're making it happen over there in the second ward.
Definitely, we will going forward.
All right, thank you, Mr. Slaughter.
Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion in the first round? Seeing no movement, discussion in the second round. No movement on discussion in the second round. Madam Clerk, roll call vote to move 260257.1 to council. Yes. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. Resolution 260257.1 has been moved to council. Next resolution, 260258, sale of city-owned property, 1814 West Hobson Avenue. Councilwoman in the fourth ward. There's a motion to move this to council. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the first ward. Is there any discussion? Councilwoman in the fourth ward.
So looking at this, I'm looking for the. To Montel, Mr. Menifee. I'm looking at this resolution and has the purchaser already paid for the $2,800.54 already?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what now the recording fee, all residents have to pay to purchase any property purchaser. She has not paid that?
Not yet.
Just the 2,000.
Yes.
Let's see. And what else is she responsible for paying?
So it's the water, whatever is owed on the water, the summer taxes, the garbage, the recording fee, and lighting.
So the current tax bill, she has to pay in full?
Yes.
How much is that?
$275.
$275 plus the recording fee and a water bill.
Yes.
And she's already
Any other
been paying
fees
the
that
water
are
bill all
minus.
along. So I,
To my understanding, yes.
so I find that a little, because, I mean, the mayor doesn't turn off any, and the water's in her name, right? No, it's not in her name? Okay, that makes a little.
Yeah, it's in the
difference.
city's name.
Okay, thank you.
Whose is it in? Oh. She says it's in her dad's.
All right. So, hold on, just a minute. I want to make sure we do this conversation the right way. I'm gonna ask Miss Liberty Bell to go ahead and take the podium with Mr. Menifee. And before we speak further, I'm going to ask if there are any other members in the first round who would like to have discussion that might be able to facilitate the conversation in the right way. Okay, Councilwoman in the sixth ward.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So Liberty, the water is in your name. Do you have a balance on that? You couldn't pay it. I know you called and told me that you haven't had water for.
Since 6/28, I believe.
Do you have through you, Mr. Montel, does she need, Councilwoman Priestley brought this up. Are we saying she can't close on her house to get her deed back until the tax bill, recording fee, to all these are paid? Through you, Attorney Gurley? Because I just want to be clear and transparent because she's very hopeful today.
Through the chair, this is a city-owned property. Ms. Bell is not able to purchase that property without city council approving the sale, which is what you have before you in that resolution. So in that resolution, city council has to approve all city-owned property. Once that's done, she's responsible for any other outstanding fees, and then the water can be turned on in her name.
Okay, so if we approve this today, she can work out an arrangement with the city for any outstanding fees, and she can get the water cut on because she has children in that home.
I understand this is an old case. She actually paid some time ago. We're trying to make sure that the circle is closed. But the first action is that city council has to approve, per the charter, any city-owned property, I'm sorry, under the purchasing ordinance.
Right.
And then there are also outstanding fees. This is the same process for any sale of city-owned property.
Okay, and thank you for that. So just we're going to do our part. So then you're saying she has another part that before she can complete everything and have her deed transferred to her, she has to pay all outstanding balances. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, I just wanted for clarity because she's very hopeful here today so that we have it on the record that, and who would be responsible to get her those fees, everything?
That would be the assessor.
So she needs to make an appointment after we approve today?
So the treasurer would give all the totals, and then that's what Ms. Bell would be able to pay in order to get all of this completed.
Okay, so we're gonna do our part today, Liberty. Then the other part is going to be on you and then following up with those other departments. And then if they're held up, I guess you have to go back to contacting all of us again. So hopefully, I remember seeing your cashier's check 2 years ago. It doesn't look like, whatever these fees and these bills are that they're stating. Did you know about this before today? You did not. Okay, so like I said, you were coming here hopeful, and then you just got this sprung on you.
Well, this,
I-
through the chair.
Yes.
This is the same process. So even under the Neighborhood Works program, outstanding fees have to be paid, and there's also a financial literacy program.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so
Attorney Gurley, I completely understand that. I get what you're saying, but that should have been communicated to her. And in all fairness, it should have been very clear, very transparent, and it should have been communicated to her because it's been years. These homes were done back in 2016 or 17, and it was a list of 18 homes, and her home was on that list. So someone should have in this administration told her, you have these fees. She shouldn't be learning about these fees tonight.
through the
But we're
chair,
gonna do our part and push it through, but she's gonna have to follow up. I yield the floor.
right. Through the
Any
chair.
other discussion?
I just one additional comment, just making sure that the council knows that upon payment, the treasurer is ready to turn on the water. So even if this is approved tonight and the fees are paid tomorrow, it can be turned on tomorrow.
Okay,
So
thank you. Any other discussion in the first round? Councilwoman in the third ward.
So I have a question. If she doesn't have everything and she's able to make arrangements, and then we can get that, or do everything has to be paid in full? Yes, to Attorney Gurley.
through the chair, that would be something that would have to be worked out with the treasurer. Um, They normally go through the same process when a city property is sold, that outstanding fees are paid. So I've only had an opportunity to work on this since last Thursday. So I worked on this over the weekend and this morning was able to get all the information to close the loop on this case. So working with the treasurer after this would be something that Ms. Bell would have to do.
All right, can we do some arrangements to at least get her water back on, if possible, if she doesn't have everything? So we can figure out, can you work with them with that and ask those questions for us, please?
Through the chair, I can work with Ms. Bell to have her work with the treasurer just because I have to do an arm's length transaction here.
Thank you so much.
Any other discussion in the first round? Any other discussion? Okay, I'll have a little bit. Currently, Ms. Bell, you are in possession of the home, so you are there. Okay. And you had water service disrupted. And if I understand, or I guess my question is, at this point, Ms. Bell, do you understand what your next steps are? Okay. So I just want to make sure you at least understand to know that we approve this tonight. And I want to make sure I sort of understand. We approve this tonight. Tomorrow she goes to the treasurer's office. Hopefully she has a pocket full of money where she can pay the water, the recording fee first. Now, the taxes, are those summer 26 taxes? So there might be some, some people's, so hopefully you can come with a pocket full of money. You can pay the recording fee, which is $60 or so. The recording fee and then
Water bill.
the water bill to get that back activated. Now, to your understanding, Mr. Menifee, is there going to be any complication with the way that the water is registered now?
No, because then once the property is in her name, she'll be able to, put the water.
Well, that's again there. Do we require deposits for water?
Not from a homeowner, that, to my understanding.
Because I'm trying to talk through the mitigating surprises. Because again,
Yeah,
I'm
again,
hopeful she got a pocket full of money where she
again,
can
I
make
found,
everything whatever, but
yeah, I,
you still need to sort of know.
the city attorney gave me this information, today. I called Ms. Bell, prior to the meeting and told her, about this, so.
Okay, but again, and I just want to make sure I ask the question so that I hear it again. Ms. Bell, you understand what steps you need to take after we, I believe, approve or hopefully approve this resolution. Okay, thank you. Any discussion in the second round? Discussion in the second round. Yes, Madam Clerk. An amendment. Okay, and the amount. Okay, so whereas it was previous, whereas Liberty Bell purchaser has agreed to purchase the reference property as is for $4,641.05 has been corrected to $2,800.54. Thank you. Is there a motion? Councilwoman in the fourth ward. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the first ward. Madam Clerk, roll call on the amendment. Yes. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. We have accepted moving this to a .1. Is there a motion on 260-258.1? Councilwoman in the fourth ward. There's a motion to move this to council. Is there support? Supported by the councilwoman in the third ward. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? First round. Any discussion moving to the second round? Seeing no movement, Madam Clerk, roll call vote to move this to council. Yes. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. This resolution, 260-258.1 has been moved to council. We are now circling back for the closed session. Madam Attorney, would you share with us?
Good evening, council, through the chair. I am requesting that we go into closed session pursuant to MCL 15.268(1)H and 1E to discuss two federal cases that we have, Hinton et al. Versus Gaspar et al. And Christian versus City of Flint et al. And we have 3 attorneys that will be assisting this evening.
Councilwoman in the fourth ward. There's a motion to go into closed session. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the first ward. Madam Clerk, roll call vote.
I abstain because the votes, this is privy information, and we have a councilman, unfortunately, for election fraud, and I will not be a part of that.
Vote is 5 yes, 0 no, 1 abstention. If I understand, we need 6 to go into closed session. Okay, that fails. We will now go into Councilwoman in the second ward's discussion item. Please come forward.
Sure. Okay. I sure haven't. That'd be a question for HR.
Basically, I can tell you that I do know that that position was the requisition was sent to HR. And to my understanding, when I looked a few weeks ago, that position was posted. But I have not looked today. But I do know a few weeks ago that position was posted. Now, once it gets posted and the deadline passes, what they do is give the names to whoever the recruiter is in HR, will give the names to the chief or Nicole Reed or Lieutenant Frost, because those are the two people that's over it. And then they from there would move forward with the names that meet the MERs, the minimum employment requirements. So that's pretty much what I can tell you.
I need to find out what's going on, not just for me, these are residents talking. We have cars all over the place on the street, we have high grass and no one to patrol our area. Now, I do understand that this isn't other parts of the city, and they don't, I do understand that, but these residents are asking for proper service, so I would like to put in a referral, Madam Clerk is not even here. Oh, okay, thank you. To the city administrator again, and also to HR. Where do we stand in terms of having a second ward neighborhood safety officer? Because again, I've reached out several times, but the latest been July the 6th and July the 16th. It makes me feel that the second ward is not important to this administration. And so I don't feel that way. A lot of the second ward residents feel that way. So thank you so much. I look forward to hearing from the city administrator as well as our HR person to find out where do we stand in terms of hiring a neighborhood service officer, because we appreciate everyone that's filling in the gap, the one in the third ward, the one in the first ward, but that's not their job. We need our own.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion that any members have before we bring this?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Councilwoman in the floor.
I believe that there are 11 positions budgeted for neighborhood safety officers. And during our budget hearings, I stressed to the chief that we need to have more than just 9 working every day, because there's always one gone, we're needing one, whatever they can help double up on, target specific areas and do that. And so far, obviously, that hasn't happened. I don't know where the process is on the hiring, but I do urge the chief to fill all of the positions for the neighborhood safety officers. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion before we bring this to a close? We will then now bring this discussion to a close. There's a motion to adjourn. Is there support? Supported by the Councilwoman in Third Ward. Madam Secretary, roll call. Motion was made by the Councilwoman in the Fourth Ward, supported by the Third Ward. Yes.
Yes. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
6 yes, 0 no.
6 yes, 0 no. The time is now 6:02 and this Special Affairs Committee meeting is adjourned.
5 minutes. Let's give it 10. So people can- I gotta go.
Yeah, we're going to go 5. We'll do 5.
Five.
All right. The time is now 8. Huh?
Are you gonna chair? Candace told me to chair, so go ahead. Go ahead.
The time is now 6:08. And we are calling this city council meeting to order on Monday, July 27th. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Present.
Present.
Present. We have 6 members present. Ms. Johnson, Councilwoman in the 3rd Ward, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Where's the flag?
Ooh. How'd they do that? Is it back in the back room or something?
Oh, there it is.
She's about to pull one up on the computer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we go into the prayer or blessing, are there any acknowledgements that any of the council members have? Going into the prayer, are there any acknowledgements? Any acknowledgements? I would like to acknowledge and ask prayer for the family, the Levels family, the family of Joseph Levels. Any other requests?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I would like to request a prayer for the family of Barbara June Young, in addition to the family of Betty Shumford, and as well as the family of Nelnetta Patrice Thomas. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other?
Also like to have prayer for Viola.
Any other? Miss Burns, would you lead us in this prayer on this
Your prayer
evening?
is going to be better than mine today. I respectfully decline.
Okay.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay. Miss Lewis, would you be willing to lead us in prayer this evening?
Head bowed, hearts and mind clear. Dear great Creator, we thank you for allowing us to see one more day, for you to allow us to come together so we can work on behalf of the city of Flint. Please remember the spoken and unspoken prayer requests and bless us as we continue to serve your people. In your name we pray, amen.
Thank you. Reading of disorderly persons, city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 3110, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given one warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Any requests for agenda changes and/or additions? Madam Clerk, you over there moving. What's going on?
So I do apologize to the council last committees. I had been out of the office for a while, and I didn't realize that you had two resolutions on your agenda. Committees as well. So you have resolution 260245, which is a resolution to set a public hearing for the rezoning of 8 parcels of land concerning the food bank of Eastern Michigan. And you have a second resolution 260246, which was a resolution to set a public hearing for the rezoning of the Powers Catholic High School campus. Those resolutions had ordinances attached to them. So I'm asking council to consider the ordinances instead of the resolution to set a public hearing, because that's usually the way we do it. If we consider the ordinance for first reading, once you acknowledge the first reading, that triggers the public hearing. So you don't need a resolution to set the public hearing for the ordinance. So I'm asking that 260245, the ordinance as attached, be considered for first reading as just the ordinance with that number, and that 260246 be considered for first reading as an ordinance that's attached to those resolutions. So I'm asking that those two resolutions be moved under ordinance. They both have the ordinances attached to the resolution.
Okay, so is there outside of
Family we wasn't speaking. Me and her was
calling
behind the scenes. My bad.
the number 260245 and classifying it as an ordinance, is there anything other that we need to do? Okay. 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 Are there any other requests for changes and/or additions? If not, at this time, we'll go into public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box will be placed at the entrance of, in this case, the dome for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only one speaking opportunity per speaker. Madam Clerk, the first speaker. Ariel Mitchell.
Hello, I'm R.L. Mitchell. For reading the first ordinance, I got to give to the arena clerk. This, like I say, I'm R.L. Mitchell. Like I say, in the late Eric May said, when they go high, we go low. When they go low, we go high. And just like the Powell situation, what the arena talking about, try to get you to go concern, the vice president to deal in on this situation. But as you see, that represent open up a new can of kick ass. Cause we here today to get going to pay, as Dale Maroney had said. But as you see, Dr. Wiggins, the fire chief with the ambulance, you see 2 blocks away from Hurley Hospital in McLaren, the woman died. And I was at Mays Center 3 days ago. And Miss Wiggins done the same thing when a woman come in there and try to tell us about the wills. You people's got to get your parents to and get their wills before they die, because pretty soon they're gonna lose their mind. And she explained it so good that she gave me a few papers, and when she was explaining it, May's son walked in the air, and I started to give the boy that paper, but I told the boy, me and your daddy already talked about this before. You already went to Saginaw and had them 3 funerals, but the lady said, I'm gonna retire after this meeting, and I'm gonna run for the judge of this. I can't mention her name because you people will try to arrest me because it's against the law. There she go, Miss Breesty, getting nervous right now. This young lady, she was explaining to us that reason why Mr. Wiggins with the ambulance service, they taking your body parts, and that's why she's explaining so tough that they actually killing people in Flint. She's explaining so tough, woo-wee. So you can figure out the rest. While these people's dying, they getting their body parts, even though they got their only license, and then the people who got the wheels mixed up, they call them, I don't want to, y'all can read through the lines, but that's what's going on in Flint. And even Mr. Wiggins finna take a vacation off today. As she was explaining that stuff, she said, Mr. Mitchell, you can help yourself to all them observed. So Smith's food, and you should have seen. They was wondering why she being so nice to me, but she gonna be a judge, and she just like the mayor to be, Tanya Burns. But I don't want to mention her names because she's gonna straighten it out like the government. Tanya Burns and the minister. Hey, my time.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Stay tuned, America. R.L. Mitchell approved this message.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mitchell.
Woo!
Next public speaker, Madam Clerk. She is not in the room, Ms. Muhammad. Rich Jones is not in the room. Jason Dye. Anthony Kelly.
Good evening, City Council. It's a pleasure to be here with you this evening. My name is Anthony Kelly. I'm the new Planning and Advocacy Manager with Communities First, Inc. So I'm taking over for Joel Arnold. I know many of you know him. So just here today to let you know that I'm looking forward to, build on some of the important and innovative work that we've been doing in communities first. I emailed a few of you guys. I wanted to put a face with the name and let you guys know if you have any questions or concerns about any of our projects. I'm the person that you can reach out to. So I look forward to working with you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk. Gina Luster.
It feels so weird being in here. I haven't been to a city council meeting since Councilman Mays passed away. I just couldn't do it, but I'm here today to support my God baby and my friend Liberty. And also, I just wanted to make an announcement that I currently work for the State of Michigan Democratic Party. We now have a Flint office over, well, it's considered Flint Township, where the Outback Steakhouse is, the old Pier 1 space. We're over in that plaza. And anybody want to come volunteer, knock doors? We're supporting all the Democratic candidates. So the door is open. Oh, and I'm the regional organizer there, so I got the keys, so we can get in any time of the day or night. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, any next public speaker? Ms. Bell? Yes, she's walking up now.
Hi, my name is Liberty Bell. I'm in the first ward. I'm sorry that I gotta be so ghetto today with my clothes on, cause I ain't been able to wash my clothes, but I've been hopping from person house to person house, using that water. The city had emergency no shut off from the mayor when my water was actually cut off. So I was wondering, how do we go about addressing that matter that the water was not supposed to be cut off during that period of time wherein the mayor said it was an advisory not to even shut the water off. And I got small kids, so yeah, that's been a rough period at this moment. I guess council going into 2027, y'all don't really have a huge budget to council or govern. So I don't know. I really don't know what, things look like here coming up the end of because it's election time. So I don't really know, as far as what the budget is looking like. But I think something to look at would be, how do we get these these departments to work together where they not dropping the ball and I'm not 2 years late, in regards to those 18 properties. We not 2 years behind trying to play catch up with resolutions. Like, I don't understand how that ball was dropped at all. I mean, it was 3 different people that left the department who sent me the paperwork in March of 2024. So since then, 2 council people have died, the seats have changed, just a number of transitions. So I guess looking forward, just making sure that we don't drop the ball as a city and have people like me without water after they didn't pay their bill. It's like I did everything right that I was supposed to do, and my water was still cut off. And that's all for my public comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you say that was the last of the public speakers? Thank you. We'll now move into council response. Council members may respond once to all public speakers only after all public speakers have spoken. An individual council member's response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there any council response? Any council members that have response?
Moving forward, we know seats have changed. People have been elected in this. So we are here to help and assist you. So anything that we can do in our power to help you and assist you and move you forward, that's what we're willing to do. So again, we apologize about your situation. So hopefully we'll get it all taken care of today. All right, have a great day.
Any other council response? Seeing no movement, we will move on to the consent agenda. We'll accept a motion on the consent agenda. Councilwoman in the 4th Ward. Motion on the floor to approve consent agenda. Is there support? Supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward, made by the councilwoman in the 4th Ward, supported by the councilman in the 1st Ward. Are there, any separations?
Mr. Chair.
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
260243.
Separating 260243. Any other separation? Are there any other separations? I'm seeing movement, but I don't know if it's because we have separations. Seeing the nod of the head, we will separate 260243. And as part of the consent agenda, we will be voting on 260222, 260242, 260244, 260245, which is the ordinance for the rezoning of 8 parcels of land for land or food bank of Eastern Michigan, 260246, which is also an ordinance for first reading, rezoning Powers Catholic High School campus, 260247.1. We have 260255.1, 260256.1, 260257.1, 260258.1. Madam Clerk, roll call on the consent agenda.
Yes. She needed to be here. I know I'm kind of stalling because we need Councilmember Lewis to take her seat, so we'll have. No, I know I know what I'm doing. We still need to have, that's why I'm still here. We need to make sure we have 6 votes, because one of those votes is going to be an issue.
Yes. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. The consent agenda is passed. We are now on to resolution 260243. The approved L&C EMS Consulting LLC, ambulance consultant, Flint Fire Department.
Mr. Chair.
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward. Motion to approve. Is there support?
supported by the councilman in the first ward. Is there any discussion in the first round? Discussion in a first round. Seeing no movement, we'll move to a second round. Discussion in a second round. Any discussion on the motion in the second round? Madam Clerk, roll call to approve 260243. Yes. The vote is 5 yes, 0 no. The resolution has passed. There is a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn by the councilwoman in the fourth ward, supported by the
Here you
councilman in
go.
the first ward. Madam Clerk, roll call.
We can go to 7 o'clock.
Council, don't you?
That was it.
That was it?
Yeah, that's it.
No.
Shit, you see people getting up?
The vote is 5 yes, 0 no. This city council meeting is adjourned at 6:33.
You thought this was going to be their campaign? And look, Liddell got her hair braided. She like, they out there like, it's over with. Look at Leon.
They really, Deborah Luna.
And you see LaShawn trying to hug RL. Look at her. She might be cool with. Look at LaShawn. She came with that.
I'm so far. I'm far behind. Give me a play-by-play. What's going on?
It's over.
They look like.
Imagine.
They told Leon, just scoot a chair up to the table. They look like they was at the little kids' table at Christmas. They was at the little kids' table at Christmas. This past one too.
It's over. This council was over quick. Why they adjourning? Because
and y'all argue me up and down.
It started early. It started late and ended quick.
Whole council. Don't say the whole council, Winters. Don't say the whole council, Winters.
It was separations. They didn't go through them.
And then the whole council voted for them. Well, what they building on powers, we don't know. I would have liked to know.
It was separations, but I don't know how they did. Voted on one, and then and they said call for adjournment. This is something. This.
But why they ain't tell us? It's like.
Oh, you know, they don't owe you no explanation, woman.
Man.
Hell, you think you weird?
We put them people in them seats up there, and I don't care what powers is building. I really don't. But I would have liked to know.
You would have.
Yeah.
It might be building an atomic bomb.
Because I mean, did they give them that beautiful park across the street?
We will never know until you ride by there and it says powers.
I mean, they just.
You've been had.
What?
You've been hoodwinked.
What did they give them?
Said Tanya killed that backdoor meeting. Yeah, she messed up their stuff that they called for this
How
in the
did
council.
She kill him? She voted on everything too.
Nah, that didn't. That meeting that they were supposed to do it didn't get done. They're supposed to go in executive session.
I missed that part.
You sure did.
Because everything else was unanimously voted on.
Well, now they'll be nearly be calling another special meeting because I don't know what just happened on this one. I'm trying to tell. I heard about
what
5.
Was they trying to accomplish in the special meeting?
I don't know. I know 6 things. I think 5 or 6 things got separated. They voted on one, and somebody asked for the
Jared, Deborah, Mark, Concrete. What happened? What was the special meeting about? Can somebody please tell me? No way. I'm gonna look on here.
Oh Lord. Wait a minute, my daughter.
I'm telling, look, family, I'm gonna have to go home and figure this shit out myself. That was too quick for me. They needed 6 votes for executive session, but we don't know the vote count for that because we can't hear. You ain't lying. Oh, the 2 federal lawsuits, right. I see that one cop made it back in some federal cases. What's up, Kawana Mack in the building? Thank you for tapping in, family. We're going to try to figure this out together. If they were leaving, why did Tanya wait for the Lydell to be in her seat? Cash Williams, I have no idea what's going on. I just know whatever went down, it didn't, whatever was, wasn't. And what we thought is, didn't happen. That's all I know. That's all I know.
I thought that meeting was crazy. That's all I can tell you. I thought it was crazy.
Yeah, I'm confused.
I'm confused. The whole Liberty Bell, I'm rooting for her, and y'all in the comments telling me like, hell no. So I'm like, what did I miss with that? So I need
Let's
to
say,
go
what is
home.
going on with some of the candidates talking live right now? I don't know. What's going on? Is they had a meeting? Is it scheduled for a forum or something?
Yeah, where's it? What happened?
I don't know. Y'all gonna have to enlighten Otis in on this one. I don't know what's going on.
We don't get invited to nothing. And I ain't been on the book like that. So they thinking they gonna we gonna see something and just pop up. It ain't gonna happen. Cause he sure don't be on there like that. This is early. And I ain't on there like that no more.
Yeah, I mean,
At my park. Oh, remember we were supposed to go to that thing at my park.
Today?
Yeah, that was the Fifth Ward stuff. With Joel.
Can somebody send it to me? I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. That's probably why people, if y'all can send it to me, Mont Park, I would definitely watch it. Oh, here we go. What's this? Oh, shit, that jerk.
Watching it now.
And hold the mayor accountable for his power of subpoena, his power of purse. And I think it's important that we exercise those tools when we need to make sure we have an efficient, well-run city government.
Thank you. Mr. Davis?
Yes. I listen to
Who got to stand up?
but when it comes from a legislator,
I don't know. I
we
can't
have
even
to
see
exercise
nothing, man.
responsibility.
It's up on
And being responsible, every leader should be educated on what it is that they're supposed to do in their community and what they're supposed to do among their colleagues. My goal would be, as being educated in municipal law, is to educate my colleagues and get them to understand that there is a job that we was elected to do. And if I see that one is not actually acting accordingly to what it is that they're supposed to do, predicated upon the charter and parliamentary procedures, then it's my duty and my responsibility is to get us all on the same track, because that's what a leader do. A leader guides. He guides and he moves everyone else, and he actually began to have a discern for spirit to see who was lacking. And if you can see who's lacking, it's your duty and your responsibility to bring that lack back up to some form of effectiveness. And so that would be my goal as being a leader
Oh,
in my
shit.
way forward and dealing with my colleagues. Is not only being
Yes, it is
accountable,
going
being
on now.
responsible. Now, when it comes to public safety, that's the mayor's job. The mayor deals because that's the executive office.
Yeah, this
Executive
Fifth
office
Ward.
deals with public safety because the mayor's job has the only job to hire the chief and the fire chief, police chief and the fire chief. So, and us getting the data on what's going on in our community when it comes to fire and police adherence, that's the mayor's job. Because his job is supposed to get down on the chiefs and makes the chiefs have their subordinates do their job. And so my goal would be, as a city council person, is to exercise some form of communication When you communicate, you reach a good form of understanding. And that is what we have to have amongst one another, is a good form of education and a good form of communication, so that we can be seeing the weaknesses and the strengths. And my job, by understanding municipal law and understanding the charter, is to strengthen my colleagues where they're lacking at, so that we all can be on the same page. Because at the charter state, we are a legislative body, not a legislative singular individual. And that's what my job will be, is to make sure that we are a legislative body.
Thank you. How would you apply the current master plan and any updates in decision-making, and how familiar are you with city ordinances? Starting with Mr. Robinson.
Well, city charter is the bylaws of how we operate and function as a governing body. So of course it was voted on by the people in 2017 and it was effective since 2018. This is something that we should all be very versed in understanding and learning about city charter. It's a long read, right? It's a lot of information, but it's critical information. But then it's also left up to those who are interpreting a certain type of way. I think for us as city council folks, we should gain a better understanding of, okay, what is specific issue in the city charter, or something that we need to be enlightened on. We should be all one accord as far as relating and understanding it all the same way. Because I can understand something different, or I can interpret one thing versus what someone else may interpret it as, and we may have two different perspectives. Sometimes we get that a lot of times. You kind of listen to what people are saying in the city council, and they kind of recite these different laws or city ordinance. But they may not have a deep understanding, or somebody else they may not clearly understand. So
Yeah, they should have waited on this
and there's also some things where in the city charter we
I
should
concur.
of course, we're paying folks
Dr.
who
Boy, I
are
concur.
for work. Essentially, don't come to the meeting, right? That's something we should address, right? As a governing body, we can say, hey, you signed up for this role responsibility, we need you to perform. It's something that we can all agree on. We should show.
If that's all the people they can
And then
pull in
those
for the fifth
are the
ward to
tools
come
that
out,
we use
Lord
to
have
really
mercy.
educate one another. There is
Fifth ward,
valuable
that's for anybody.
training for city council members, for legislative bodies.
I voted already.
Able to get the training,
Balance the
go on retreats, and understand it.
That race for anybody right now. I'm gonna just tell you that that's
Those are
because
some
if
things
that
that we
ain't
look
nobody
for.
show up,
I
that's
always
terrible.
encourage everyone to have the same
The
understanding
absentee
of the
ballot
city charter.
and
So
voting,
we
and
can
they
move forward.
telling them now. We really got to push this tomorrow. Are we live right now?
Yeah.
If you have your absentee ballot right now, do not put it in the mail. Take it downtown and turn it, put it in the box yourself. It will not get there in time. Please take
I
it
think with
downtown.
respect to the question around city ordinances, as I mentioned over at the start, my job for a while was actually working with the city's blight office and enforcing ordinances. So if you called city government with a concern
I
issue,
can't
whether
believe the
on
fifth
city
ward didn't
ordinance,
show up for this
those
forum today, this
fall to your
debate. This is just
council members that signed that to me.
unbelievable. I'm gonna just
So I
call
got
it,
pretty
because
intimately
anybody,
aware of our city
any four of
ordinances,
them up
what
there
we
can
can do
win
to
it.
enforce, what was effective, and I try to bring that same knowledge to this position after having been able to work in space to see what are the ways we can
Sarah
enforce
P said
ordinances
she
in the
dropped
city,
hers in the
whether they're
box.
relating to blight, or whether they're relating to noise, or whether they're relating to the way that we govern the city most effectively. With respect to the city's master plan, actually way back in the day, I was a college intern on it when it was being written. And I think there's some good things in there, and there's some things that needed changes, right? One thing I've been very happy to see is the city's been pushing ordinance changes to make it easier to build in what we're called green neighborhoods, whether it was shrinking the lot size you need or making it easier to build different kinds of homes. I think that's really important that the city remove barriers for residents building in their own neighborhoods and investing in their own communities. But I think a lot of things out of that plan, whether it's
Joel is
reinvesting
big
in
on
neighborhood
home.
centers and small commercial areas. Right last year,
You just gotta get him to
strip
be
of
big on
commercial buildings
using
vacant over on Joliet, or
Flint
right over here in Flushing and Ballinger. We can do
income
a lot
living,
as a city to improve
not
those
the
and make them
county.
attractive places for small businesses. We just haven't really done that, right? And so I think there's a lot of things that we can implement. And a key thing I know that came out of that plan as well is the importance of partnering with other organizations and institutions. So whether it's our school district, whether it's funders, whether it's county government, I would be committed to making sure that we're building those kind of partnerships. Because while we have a lot of ability at the city to do things,
And I
we
don't
want to
think
do a
it's
lot
not
more
being
in order to
disrespectful just because he not standing up. Joel's like, I don't have to do all of this extra stuff.
First, I would like to say, a lot of people don't
I
know
just
what
don't have
ordinance
to do
means,
it.
so I want to educate the younger generation. Ordinance is law. So you have to be educated for the audience to be able to understand what is being said. Ordinance means law. It's law that legislative bodies, which we are, that we submit and we approve it based on the 5 city councils adopted. So that's what ordinance means. The master plan is something that we come up with on how to make Flint better. It's like a stabilization plan. Now, I agree with some things in the master plan and some things I don't agree with. One of the things I don't agree with is how they're moving Flint right now. They're trying to make Flint an educated city, but I tell people this all the time. I own a cleaning company. My cleaning company cleans schools. I've been cleaning schools for 9 years now, and I've hired a lot of people to work in my cleaning company, so I'm an advocate for education. But you can't have education without jobs. Education and jobs should go hand in hand, because education is for the future, 20, 30 years down the line. Jobs is for the current. If we don't address the current, we won't have a future. And most likely, our future is killing each other every day because there is no hope and they see no vision if they go to school outside.
You won't have that
school.
contract
So you
no
have to
more.
have something alternative to show them. If you go to school, you can do this. If you get educated, you can do this. If you get educated, you can acquire this. None of that is in the master plan. The master plan is being executed just to make Flint a college city. And you can see how it's going. $100 million into Central High School would be. But at the same time, how does that help the impoverished people that are struggling financially? That eventually, when you're struggling financially from financial distress, it becomes dysfunctional. You have to have jobs and educated going hand in hand. And that's something that should be in the master plan. We're going to
They
get
have
a mass
imposts.
production of jobs to get masses of people off the street where that they can send their children to
He
school.
like to show
And their
off his
children can be a
muscles,
brighter
KD.
future and be a role model and
Flex.
be a replica
Got
of what they see their parents. School will
They
get
have
you here
imposts.
and get you there. But if they go to school, they don't see where it will
I
get
know
them
how to
because there's
pronounce
nothing outside the
this
window of
individual
school.
name.
And that should be a part of
Can
the
you
master
pass the
plan.
breathalyzer
But
test, sir?
that is my perspective. That is the master plan on trying
They
to stabilize Flint.
they
I don't
have
agree with a lot of the master plan. Thank you.
empanadas. I mean, they have is leave me alone.
Yes, thank you.
But
So there's a couple of different parts here. The first part
several
is the
ways to
ordinance
say
piece.
it. They
So
have
as Mr. Davis said, it's the legal body.
just said it.
So
Like
when you
they
say,
had
you know,
just said.
noise ordinance or whatever else,
Got my
some kind
thing
of
over here where I can translate some of this stuff.
if you talk about the master plan ordinances, I think there's a lot of people
This brother,
who
I
are
know he gonna break
convinced
it down.
that there may or may not be a conspiracy to raise the taxes to where they can't afford, change the parcels to green space where they can't build. And there needs to be an educational piece
What was
because
the question?
the needs have
I
changed
don't
over
remember.
the
I was
last
over
from
here
10 or
trying to
12
pronounce
years. The
that
master
I
plan
know
Spanish
damn
name.
well if I don't remember that.
So
Well,
as the
I
master
need
plan
to
updates and needs change, I think we need to have an education piece that brings everyone to the table. And so, hey, there
They
is no
have
conspiracy,
empanadas.
there is no
Leave me
corruption.
alone.
We want you to be able to own your neighborhood. We want you to be able to own your block. We want you to be able to buy up that parcel that's in your neighborhood that's neglected or abandoned and not have to come to city council to build on it. But at the same time, you don't want to have companies that have the means to be able to take advantage of it, where the average Joe Schmo doesn't have the money to do so. You look up and there's new construction, there's new building. You're like, where'd that come from? So again, the ordinance piece is like the legality portion. Somebody is breaking the ordinance, okay, you call the police and you enforce that. But I think a lot of times people just don't want to be
Just
decentralized.
screaming and yelling does not
Private
mean
equity
confidence.
firms,
I
they
think
see
he can
entities,
be.
nonprofits, for-profits.
Yeah,
And so that enforcement portion is unilateral. It's coming on the people who can't afford to defend themselves. It's the only property they have. So going back to your question, I think it's important that yes, we have ordinances that enforce laws, but we got to do it equilaterally. We can't skip certain houses, skip buildings, because this is owned by this person, this is owned by this organization.
we got to talk
That's
about all my
if you
literature
want to
tomorrow that I
improve
got
a neighborhood community,
this
you have
weekend.
to have it equilateral, but it has to make sense. You can't enforce
I'm gonna
the
put them
ordinance
in
at
a
a house
book.
and 2 blocks down there's a completely abandoned apartment complex that are 5,000 square feet. On the other hand, master plan is important. We have to have
Thank you,
together.
Mr. Dodson.
Thank you. That's a lot.
I know he was over too.
This resident says, I'm concerned about shootings and gunfire.
Damn, Dewan
What
answered.
are your plans to address gun violence and other crime in the community?
What's up, Miss
What
Melissa
can be
G?
done to get more police coverage? Mr. Arnold.
Yeah, thanks for that question. I think that's probably, the number one thought on most folks' minds is how do we safe when we go to sleep tonight, especially in this neighborhood where we've seen tragic shootings this year on Altoona. It rings really true. So I think when we talk about how do we lower crime, right, this is sort of a two-part answer. Number one, one, right, there is a role, a very important role for police departments and agencies in making sure that we're responding to crime. Now, we often lack resources at the city of Flint, but within our city alone, we have City of Flint Police, State Police, Montgomery Community College, U of M Flint, and
Engaged with
Township. So we have 5 different police departments. I think
You
the
lied.
communication that
Are
we're
you
doing,
talking about you
one,
got to
like I
get
mentioned
engaged?
earlier, is tracking.
Everybody
I'm
just
talking about I gotta get engaged with you.
oh, counsel, my
Yeah.
bad.
Right,
I
I
read
call
that
them
totally
2,
all the
3
way
days,
wrong.
10 hours, 2 days to come to my house. And when that's public knowledge, people that want to commit crimes know that that's public.
I gotta get a man.
So we need to be investing in our police department,
I,
making sure we're lowering
that's it. I read that all the way wrong.
publicly.
I was listening,
No
not
one knows.
listening.
You get to a point where you say, hey, I'm City of Flint, you call 911 with an emergency, we'll be there in 5 minutes, right? That's important. But we can't just police our way out of it because we know the reasons that people commit crime is because there's a lack of economic opportunity. Mr. Davis has spoken to this, right? There's a lack of programs for young people. So whether it's making sure we have a good economic development strategy and a functional city hall that's easy for businesses to operate in and open new businesses and provide people good paying jobs.
Joe said a
Or whether it's
functional
making sure that
city
we
hall.
have programs
Shit.
for our young people, investments in our rec centers, programs in our park, partnerships
Joel.
with schools. We have to
Joel.
make sure
I
that
like Joel. I ain't gonna lie.
committing crimes is not an attractive opportunity, both on the side of law enforcement, but on the side of that
It
you can
seemed
have a
like
better,
he would
more
be
fulfilling
easy to
life
talk to.
through good paying jobs, through access to
Whether he gonna
subsidized
do
food
anything for
programs
our
in the
ass,
city. And
different
I think if
story.
we
But
take that holistic approach,
seemed like he
then
might
we're gonna be a lot
try.
more successful than if
He
we
gonna be
just
over there in
try,
my park.
to just an
Shit.
arrest only approach, or just try and do a programs only approach.
In
We
Fifth
can make a
Ward.
real difference and follow models of other
My
cities that
park
see
is
this kind
split
of
down the
reduction in
middle.
crime.
It is.
Yeah, of the park. Of the park.
Mr. Dodson?
He got all the way up to the parks, and that's
So
all
as I mentioned earlier, I'm
automotive,
actually a reserve deputy
right?
with the Kingston County Sheriff's Office. And so I'm able to have an experience. I know that just throwing extra police on the issue won't solve the issue. We have we have a resource issue here. We
Is
have
it
a housing
Gerard or
issue.
Jerome?
So what I believe is we use what we have
What's that
already.
man
We
name?
use the tools we have.
You messed me up.
Most recently,
I think it's
there's a
Ryan
contract
Dotson.
done called Operation Arrowhead with the Kingston County Sheriff's Department, experience from downtown to
Somebody say, wait for it. Lear's coming.
a long way. We follow the vision of the head. So right now it's headed by Chris Watson, and he believes they're getting to the root of the issue, the root of crime. And a lot of it is jobs, economic development, education. But we go out and we try to fulfill those needs, whether it's they just need a refrigerator, they looking for somebody to get a stove in the house. So I think, or I know most of the time crime happens because people aren't having their needs met. So first thing is actually
Y'all
see
know
what
what I
that is in
meant.
regards to a
Shit.
contract.
I asked y'all.
You
Y'all didn't
know,
say
more
nothing.
police on the subject doesn't automatically mean lower crime. But I feel like right now we're working at a deficit for the city of Flint. The state police has said they're going to scale back resources. So we need to figure out what does that look like between the city partnership, the county, and the state. Right now we seemingly have a relationship with the county department, so I would like to expand on that. I'd like to see Operation Arrowhead came to be from philanthropic services, nonprofit. They sat down with the Mott Foundation and they found funding to hire more officers for Project Arrowhead. So it's saying, how can we expand that type of program out? We need leaders at the head of public safety that are trusted. We need people in the law enforcement that are likely to be of our communities, but we got to make sure we have we're talking with the collective bargaining, make sure we have a good pay to attract officers, men and women in law enforcement. But also people who are sensitive to the needs of our community. We definitely have to provide for our youth programs, jobs. My first job was at Teen Quest and Youth Quest almost 20 years ago. And I still talk about it to
Motherfucker
this
who
day.
invented
So of course we
it.
need youth programs,
I
create
don't
jobs.
know. I don't know. What's that one girl that had a truck? I mean, go to the taco spots. They should have them. Let me see.
Where?
Well, most definitely,
Yes,
crime is an issue, it's gonna be an issue, until we really have
They
some
should.
design ideas that's gonna affect it, right? One thing comes down to mental health. We have people that's been going through a lot of traumatic experiences.
I'm hungry as crap too.
Operation Arrowhead is one thing that we can say that can work. They just ended the Safe City partnership with the state police, so that's done. They need to get back to the communal aspect. That shooting took place on our time. It was unfortunate when we had 200 rounds shot in one home. We all came together as a community. We provided the resources to be able to help that family. He came out to support, but then we also got the streets to deal with both sides. See, that's a retaliation situation. And if you're not close to these situations out here in the street, you don't know what's going on with these young people, then we can talk about all the programs all we want.
I'm trying to see who is they reaching. So basically, what you're saying, they already done picked who going on to the general election, right?
By the looks of it, sir, I
Well,
would say
we just talking
yes.
about the fifth ward. This is only just the fifth ward. Fifth. Okay, it's two people there.
Where you see?
You see the person with the hat on, the person sitting next to him.
We have to have wraparound services. They need employment. They want to make the money, right? If they don't make it right here, they're gonna find another way to get to it. And it may not be conducive to what we all want. So we gotta start putting all these blankets in place, right? The Genesee County Sheriff Department get $30 million.
Jerry said, right
Right?
this,
We got
write
a
it
beach
down.
in the Flint Police,
Got all of that
Flint
talk.
Police Department.
He
Had
said,
body
put it on
cams
paper.
because of the situation with young Cole. So we
That's
are
a good
connected
point,
to
Larry. Tell
these issues.
put it on paper.
We sit them down. We can restore the justice. We have real conversation.
Oh, it says the lady in the third row laying down. They didn't put her to sleep.
We need to have more.
Jared said Dewan and Montez having a standing competition.
Black, white, young, old. We all we got. We had to get back to that standard. And that's becoming
They might be the ones to get to the general, though. You never know.
The next question is. Yes, I'll answer.
Montez said he didn't get to answer that.
If you look at Brighton, Howe, Figgy, they don't have the
Is it with
problems that
Dewan
we have.
standing up?
Why don't they have the problems we have? Because they're economically inclined, they have a robust economy. When you got mass production of jobs in the city, you don't see those type of improprieties. So what does that tell us about Flint? We don't have mass production of jobs in Flint. Because when you don't have mass production of jobs in Flint and we become an impoverished city, there's a study that crime is at the highest rate. And morals lessen,
Larry
values
said the
lessen,
suit and tie
decency
wins.
goes away. And when it goes away, parents and children are not functional right. It becomes a dysfunction in the house because most of the crime and the mindset that the way that these children
Montez
think
might
are
need to be a
derived from the
psychiatrist.
house, from being financially distressed. I stay on this note because this is my only note that I feel that can cure the city of Flint,
Good
Michigan.
evening, Lawana.
You have to address poverty. When you
Right
address
on that.
poverty, it brings morals and values back into your community. But an impoverished person that's living in survival mode will not adhere to decent behavior. It will not adhere to it. Police, when people say partnership with the police, I never understand what that means. Partnership with the police is reactive. Legislators are proactive. No matter how long it takes the officer to get to the scene, the crime is still committed. If the body sits on the ground for 30 minutes, police never stopped it. They just addressed it. Legislators have
Oh
to come
shit,
up
we
with
got
a
Huey P. Newton in the building.
prevent it. And the
The
only
Black Panthers is alive.
plan
Shit.
that Flint can come up with is the partnership with Flint Genesee Economic and Alliance and come up with a way to bring in some mass production of jobs to get people off the street in thousands, mass production of jobs, get masses of people off the street where their parents can provide for their children and bring some morale back into the house. Because there is no morale in the house because a financially distressed person no longer thinks about decent behavior. So if we can address it in the manner that Howell and Brighton and Fenton has prevented it, Flint, Michigan can be a better city. When I grew up in the 80s, we didn't have these problems. Why? Because we was a working city. Most people were middle class people. Today we are impoverished. And these conditions is not nothing that is beyond the study that has been studied. Impoverished communities create these conditions that we see today. How do we correct it? Address poverty. Thank you.
Clock.
Thank you.
What's up, Concrete gave us 250 jewels. Erston in the building with
Thank
10
you,
with
Arston.
the gold
But
coin.
everybody telling us what we already know.
Starting with Mr. Robinson.
No solutions. Why are solutions a secret?
Actually, that is taking place right now. Currently, in February, we do meet quite frequently. We have sessions available. We want to have coffee time. We want to send out. We got something very special for you all. Right? We are about to unlock our suggestion box. We have them covered all around
Sent
February.
flower 30 jewels. That the gold coin ain't enough.
What you want us to do. So you can say, hey, these are the things that want to take place. We want to be able to put plan to action and get those things done. We want to hold more town halls and forums in the Fifth Ward. We want a Fifth Ward community block club. It's just that encompasses Smith Village or
They say
University
this
Estates
every
or
election.
Marijuana Hills. on my part. We want to have
Family, I
everybody
don't
being
want
active
to be
together.
nasty or
Especially,
nothing
I
with
think we're
7.
all buying it as a one.
Mm-mm.
We have more engagement for residents, we have more open lines, we have phone lines that you can get involved in.
On the
We'll
page.
be coming around to your neighborhood or your block, to your house, right? That's the type of approach that we take as far as being proactive.
I'm never watching it
Because
again once
it's
I
fun
get
to say
off
that,
from in
hey,
here.
it's the things that we
You
do
not
that
finna help me out
the
to this
cat issue
BS.
is fit for my part. I'll say that. There's not an abundance of cats. I don't know where they coming from. But that's the issue that Big Board has just been dealing with over there in my park. So we want to have some issues as far as like some addresses, be able to get those issues done. We have some things in place when we say,
I gotta go
hopefully,
grab
healthy,
somebody.
when we
You
bring
wanna
some
shut it down?
space. They want to have
Hey,
gates
Tom,
for those
we can
type of
talk about
things. So
this
we
if
look
you
at
want. I
these
shared it
issues
on my
as type of
personal
things,
page.
right? But then we
Yeah,
have
it's
to
on my
look at and
personal
prioritize.
page. I'll share it over to
Prioritize
18.
our
I'll
safety
see y'all at
and public
9:30, fam.
development, a lot of
Fifth Ward.
renovations. We have a
You
lot
didn't
of vacant
show up.
properties over there in the Avenue A area. Right? And
Peace.
those are some, that is something